Welcome to Happy Hour with Whiskey and the World.
Hi, welcome to Happy Hour. I'm Joe and this is Kat, and we're the hosts of the podcast Whiskey and the World. Today we're going to be talking about Tullamore D.E.W Irish Whiskey's XO Caribbean Cask Finish.
Woo.
Good Lord. It comes in at about 43% alcohol by volume, or 86 proof if you will, and it runs about $28 depending on how badly your liquor store gouges you for cash. We have talked about Tullamore D.E.W Irish Whiskey on the show, on the podcast before, on episode 19, season 1. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the history of the distillery, you can go back to iTunes or SoundCloud and listen to that episode. But why don't you tell us a little bit more about the history of this bottle?
Sure. So the Tullamore D.E.W XO Caribbean Rum Cask Finish is designed to honor... It's designed to honor the Irish immigrants who helped develop the rum trade in the Caribbean in the 17th century. So kind of a cool little story there. I like that.
What kind of flavors are we getting out of this guy?
So they've decided to use Demerara Rum casks. And from the Demerara rum, which is generally made in the sugar plantations in South America, you're going to get a really nice, smoky, kind of citrus, tropical fruits. The reason they're using the Demerara rum casks is because it is aged in a really high humidity, so you're getting a lot of that kind of oak in there, and that's sort of typical of something that you would get from an Irish whiskey, so I think it's a nice little marriage that they have.
But also due to the humidity and heat and whatnot, it does tend to age a little bit faster, so it's going to impart a lot more of that flavor much more quickly.
Exactly, yeah. So, very nice.
Anyway, as you folks at home may or may not know, the way we do our rating system is out of 10. We do 5 for the actual drinking experience, the way it tastes and the way it smells. We also do 5 for the packaging and the look, the overall feel, and the story of the brand itself and the story of the bottle itself. For me, it's a drinkable whiskey. It's good. I do taste a lot more rum from it than I do actual Irish whiskey flavors. So I had to give it a 3.4. It's not bad. I would definitely drink it again. If it was at your house, I would definitely come and drink it. But I may not have it as a regular bottle in our collection.
Okay. You know, I love the color. The color does look a bit more rum-like than it might whiskey-like. For me, it's a 4.0. I really like this. I think it's wonderful neat. I added some ice to it. It's really great that way. We're also going to be making some cocktails with it. But I enjoy this, and this is something that I would have in my bar for maybe to introduce to someone who doesn't drink a lot of whiskey, but who likes something maybe a little bit sweeter.
Or who likes rum. Somebody who likes rum but doesn't like whiskey. Or somebody who wants to get into rum but hasn't found one they like. This might be a good way to segue them. So yeah, so that's why for me it's a 4.0, because it's a nice little crossover. I think that's fair. In terms of packaging, presentation, and overall story, I think the story's really neat. I think the fact that they're honoring the kind of crossover between Irish immigrants and the rum trade, I think that's very interesting. In terms of packaging, it's just a Tullamore D.E.W bottle with a different wrapper. That's really all it is. That being said, it did catch my eye in a liquor store, but it doesn't blow me away. I think some brands that do packaging really well when they're doing special releases are like Macallan. When they do a special release, the bottle shape's always different. It comes in a nifty little box. Now, for $28, that's a lot to ask. So for me, the packaging, presentation, story, my score for that's a 3.2, which brings my rating to a 6.6.
Okay. So for packaging for me, I like that they didn't really change anything. It's just, they're just doing what they do. It's still true to their brand. So I say 3.5 for me for packaging and presentation in the story.
So that brings her score to a 7.7, mine to a 6.6. Sorry. That brings her score to a 7.5 and mine to a 6.6, bringing the show's overall rating to a 7.05. And with that being said, let's have a drink.
Yeah. Today, I'm going to make a Tullamore D.E.W Tropical Storm, which is my take on a hurricane, which is typically rum, orange juice, pineapple juice, and grenadine. But today, we're going to do our Tullamore D.E.W XO Caribbean Rum Cask Finish whiskey, and we're going to take 2 ounces of that and add it to our pint glass. And then we're going to do ½ ounce of amaretto instead of grenadine. This is going to be a nice, subtle almond and apricot flavor. Next, we're going to take 2 ounces of our orange juice to give us a little acidity to kind of cut through that drink. So 2 ounces of our orange juice. And then we're going to do 2 ounces of pineapple juice, and this is going to help to add a nice sweetness to the drink. Now that we have it built, we're going to add some ice to our pint glass. Add our shaker tin on top, And we want to give this a nice, good shake because we want it to be a nice, cold, frothy, tropical drink. Take our glass, and instead of pouring over fresh ice, we're just going to take everything in our shaker tin and pour it right into our cup. Beautiful color. And for garnish, let's make it easy and garnish with pineapple and cherry spear. And there you have the Tullamore D.E.W Tropical Storm. Thanks for meeting us for happy hour. If you guys had a good time with us, be sure to hit that like button and, of course, that subscribe button over there. Over there.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, if you feel so inclined as to buy us a drink, head on over to patreon.com/whiskeyintheworld and show us some love. And you can catch new episodes of Happy Hour here every Wednesday and new episodes of the podcast every Wednesday on iTunes and SoundCloud. And remember, drinking's cool.
But staying alive to drink the next time is cooler.
So be safe.
And please drink responsibly.
I just love the Home Shopping Network smile you gave me at the end there.